right, everybody. It's that time once again for us to do talk about Texas, and we have some great guests on today. I think you're going to enjoy them. And first off, I want to introduce people that help me with the show every week. And his name is John Nava. And we have John. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, Roy. How about you doing?
And why don't you introduce her?
We got the beautiful, gorgeous Sharon Arnold.
Ooh, listen to him.
He's so
sucking up.
Hey,
Today,
she's a hot one.
He is so sweet.
She's
I was going to say that, but
Hey, I want to say Happy St. Patty's Day.
That's
Is it
right.
tomorrow?
That's tomorrow, so you got to wear green.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
pinched.
have anything green.
You're going to get pinched by all the young
We're going
guys.
to tell
I
everybody.
better go shopping.
Yeah. Let's talk about your company first, John. You got a great company. You've been there for a while, and they do a lot of good.
Yeah, my company is East End Glass Company. We're located over there by the Roland and Pecan Valley. We've been there for about 70 years.
70?
770. And we do glass replacements. We do storefronts, shower doors, mirrors, anything with glass. We do brand new buildings. If a car goes through a building, tear everything up, we got emergency service. We're there 24 hours a day. We got a crew standing by. So if y'all need us during the day, our phone number is 210-333-2210. And the office manager is Shayla. She's in charge of the front office, so she'll answer the girls. We'll have the girls answer the phones with Reagan and Jay. And so just give us a call if y'all need any type of glass work.
And it's called what again?
East End Glass Company. We're there on the southeast side of town, right off of Roland and Pecan Valley.
And your
Rigsby.
Your history started off. I mean, that place has been there on the south side all these years, right?
Oh, yeah, they've been there all these years.
And that's, I mean, for the last 70 years, that's a pretty long time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a long time, yeah.
And what's the biggest project that you've worked on so far?
Oh, God. Well, the one that I'm proud of, I brag about at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo new office, that brand new office, the arch tops, doors, glass, mirrors, and all that. We did all that. We do buildings like that.
So you do a little of everything. What's your number again? People want to reach you.
210-333-2210. That's East End Glass Company.
All right, let's talk about our friend with Tri-City Industries, a good friend of yours and good friend of mine.
Okay, that is Julio.
Julio Gamez.
Yeah,
Gamez and Gamez Solutions.
G&G Contracting.
G&G Contracting. And, one of the things I learned about spending some time with Julio is he's got 7 companies.
Yes, he does.
He's got it divided into 7 corporations under one big one, and they do just about everything, don't they?
Yeah, Julio got his hands in everything. Matter of fact, whenever he has a new new building coming up, storefronts or whatever, he call us, and we do all his work. But
he keeps pretty busy, doesn't he?
Oh, he's busy all the time.
He had an accident a while back. He fell.
Yeah, he did.
He's doing better, and we're sure glad he's okay.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better.
Doing a lot better now because he told me what he went through with that, and it was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. He fell off a ladder and went down, and he thought he was gone.
Yeah. Well, here's a few things that they do. Sidewalks, demolition license, security video surveillance, lighting, electrical, HVAC sales and maintenance, commercial kitchen, appliance sales, preventive maintenance and repair. Now, that's important. Plumbing, painting, glass, landscaping, lot paving and stripping, utilities, welding, and roofing. And that's just a small portion. Small portion. ggcontractingcompany.com. And that's our good friend Julio. Get a hold of Julio and tell him that Roy and John said hello, right?
You got it.
All right. Thank you very much, too, for our sponsors. And thanks to the glass people for helping us out, too. We appreciate it. Let's move on here. I do believe you've got a guest today, John.
Yes, I do. We got the one and only Mr. Adam Harris. He's the chairman. Yay! He has a very, very important, he's in charge of the auction committee at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, which is the best rodeo in the world.
Thank you.
And he has a big job that he does. Welcome to our show, buddy.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you all for having me this afternoon.
Well, great. Tell us a little bit, how many years you've been doing this?
Well, sure. I've been involved with the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo for about 15 years.
Great.
All on the auction committee. My mentor got me involved back in the day and told me, here's what you're going to do. You're going to join auction. And I've joined it and I've never looked back and enjoyed every year and every minute of it.
It's,
That is awesome.
it's amazing, isn't it, how much effort and energy these people, volunteers, put into this rodeo, isn't it?
Oh, it's not just 18 days a year. It's a full year commitment for 7,000 volunteers. It's huge.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, John.
Yeah, and I just, earlier we were just talking about the auction committee. A lot of people don't know, what does it take for the kids to bring their animals to the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've got over 10,000 entries from kids all over the state of Texas, from all 254 counties, that are coming in, raising animals, about 8 months out of the year, from chickens to goats to lambs to barrows to steers, raising their animals, learning what it takes to be responsible for these animals, and you making sure that these animals eat before they do in a lot of cases. And they come to San Antonio and compete in one of the most competitive shows in Texas, if not the United States. And all 10,000 of them come compete for 2.5 weeks. And the ones that win, we bring them into our auction. We raise a lot of money, have a lot of good buyers, a lot of good folks from around the community that come in, spend their time and money, and we sell about 1,000 of them, 1,012
that's a
actually.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah. I know San Antonio has a great auction.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, now our auction, whatever the kids like for the steer, I think it went for like 120 this year or something. Or 100.
Went for 150,000.
Okay,
Oh
and
my
the
God,
kid
that's great.
will get all that.
All 140 of it. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
a lot of people don't know that.
That's
Whatever
Whatever they raise,
whatever
the
they
kid gets a whole amount, which
they get
is
it all.
not. That doesn't happen at every rodeo.
No, it
but that
don't.
happens at the San Antonio Stock Show. and Rodeo.
That's what sets us apart is that whatever that kid brings after the gavel falls, they get 100% of those funds.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, John, you were a buyer for the raffle ticket committee for a while.
Yes, I've been where I was.
Tell us about how that worked.
Well, okay, what we do, for all these years, it used to be $1 ticket, but now it's $5 a ticket. But we get like 14
Inflation.
prizes. Yeah, we get 14 prizes, and then we go out, we sell it, we get sponsors, and we get all that. I think this year we raised close to $400,000. And then I used to be a buyer many years ago, but I'm letting the younger people do it. And our chairman is Eileen Weiner, and she
does a great job.
She does a great job. So, I walk in there, sit down there and watch them. They need anything, but, I did it.
Yeah.
I don't need to do it no more.
The raffle ticket
But it's
committee
exciting.
It is exciting. It's a lot of fun. Buyers come in and have a lot of fun. We're trying to create an atmosphere that promotes them coming back. And they're spending 3 days with us, spending their time and hard-earned money on these kids. We want them to come in and have a good time, make sure that they come back,
Oh, yeah, they do. And the thing so good about it, I'm going to brag about this, but they have a reception. And it's awesome reception.
I've been to that.
I've been on a diet, so I haven't been eating that much, but God, dog, when I go out there.
I've been to the reception. It's nice.
I mean,
we want to make sure you get plenty to eat and drink.
You don't go on a diet that day.
No, you can't.
No, you
No, don't go on a diet that
Do you
day.
have anything before we move on?
Oh, let me think. I just appreciate what you do. That's a lot, and to be
lot of work.
able to do that, and pick the kids. It's hard.
Well, I'll tell you,
Well,
I couldn't do it without a great group behind me, a bunch of great guys on my leadership committee, and 300 great volunteers.
300 volunteers in the auction.
It just on the auction committee. Yep,
That
over
is
300.
great. I know we have like 6,000 volunteers total, or maybe getting close to 7,000 at the
That's
San
right.
Antonio
That's a
Stock Show
lot
and
of
Rodeo.
money. Just before we go on, just briefly, at approximately how much money had the auction committee spent on these kids?
Sure. And this year, we are just at $6.77 million for kids in the auction committee and still counting.
That is awesome.
We had a great year. Big thanks to our buyers out there.
That's great.
Thanks for you for running it.
I'm happy to do it.
A good leader. I
Yeah.
mean, it was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for coming in today, Adam.
Oh, happy to.
So
Thanks
People
for
are listening
having me.
and they want to get involved with the auction committee. How do they reach you? Get in touch with the rodeo.
Sure, they can go online to our website. There's information on how to become a volunteer, how to become a buyer. Just click around there and get in touch with
What's
us
the
there.
website?
It's www.sarodeo.com.
And just look for Auction Committee.
That's correct.
All right. We appreciate you
Well,
coming
thank you
in,
so
Adam
much.
Harris.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
We'll do
Appreciate
whatever
it.
we can to help you. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right.
We'll be calling you for next year.
There you go. Happy to do it. Happy to join you guys. Thanks.
You're listening to the Ron Houston Show, and we are called Talk About Texas. And our thanks to Adam Harris and all the people from the Auction Committee. He's the chairman. Now we're going to move on. We've got, I can't pronounce her name.
Laura with the Chestnut Girl.
Laura, how are you?
Good. How are you guys today?
Well,
Good.
we're doing pretty good. You're a very special lady, I understand.
She is. Thank you for being on, because I know you're in Houston doing the Houston Stock Show and Rodeo. So I really appreciate you taking time to do this. And
Absolutely.
I met you at the rodeo years ago, and you hadn't even started your Chestnut Girl hats. And then you got your booth and started doing hats there, and now you've branched out to all the new stuff. Tell us about it.
Yes. In fact, currently I'm in Houston at the Houston Rodeo. So we're talking all about San Antonio Rodeo, where I'm a volunteer as well. And then I also set up at San Antonio Rodeo as a vendor. My company name is Chestnut Cowgirl. And a lot of locals are familiar with me. I do have the hat bar there. I do all kinds of beautiful custom hats, branding. Basically, if you can imagine it on a hat and I can figure out how to make it work, I'll do it for you. Everything from that to custom jewelry. And then I just travel around the country and go to a bunch of rodeos. Like I said, in Houston
Oh, that's a hard job.
It's very rewarding. It's not a hard job.
I love your hats, and I love how you started that. I love how you started that, and you've grown it to the big business that you have now. You know?
Yes. It actually started just as a hobby.
Yeah.
And I would sell some of my creations at my rodeo meetings.
Right.
And it turned into a full-time job.
That's great. Weren't you in the military before that?
I was. Yes. I did 22 years in the Air Force. I did cybersecurity, and I retired, quite a few years ago now, about 9 years ago.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And then we pulled her into the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo.
But of course, it was just natural.
Uh-huh.
And she knows all the secrets.
She knows all the secrets, yeah.
Yeah, she probably does.
So how's the Houston
never
going?
tell.
I know, never tell. Don't tell. How's Houston going?
Oh, Houston's going great, as well as San Antonio. Absolutely fantastic rodeo. Great volunteers here. Just a great community. It's all about raising money for the kids, giving back, and having just an excellent opportunity for people to come out and enjoy a beautiful Sunday.
Yeah. And so people can see your hats and buy your stuff online, right?
They sure can. ChestnutCowgirl.com.
Great. But if you're in Houston, go to Houston Rodeo and check it out. But next year, come to San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo.
That's right.
Laura, how many rodeos do you do every year?
I usually do, say, about 3 or 4. I also, my furthest one is Pendleton, Oregon. So I go up to the Pendleton Roundup every year.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
And then I also do National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. So I'm at Cowboy Christmas every December.
You do all the big ones, don't you?
I do.
That's great.
Those are some of the biggest in the world, especially the national finals. I mean, that's the big kahuna.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I felt very honored when I got into Cowboy Christmas. I mean, that's definitely the big times right there.
It is. And, people can go into the Houston Rodeo or your website and see your booth at the Houston Rodeo right now.
Yes, they sure can. You can also follow me on social media. Again, it's under Chestnut Cowgirl, so Facebook and Instagram. And I always post my booth location and even a video on how to find me.
Okay, great.
Because it's huge here. It's huge.
It is huge. I walked with you in. Not really, but online.
Virtually, absolutely.
Virtually, yeah, it was great. Well, I appreciate all you've done all these years, and it's great. It's really been amazing what you did. And what made you decide to do this after you retired from the military?
It literally was a fluke. I've always been a very creative person. I love to just kind of make anything. It's a very rewarding feeling for myself. And so, yeah, we just start making different creations, and as one thing leads to another and growing. I used to do green market days there on the Green Square for many years, and everything got bigger and bigger. So now, like you said, I do some of the largest rodeos in the world, and it's just incredible. I'm very, very honored to be able to do what I do.
That's great. So remember, if you want to order some stuff off her, go to her website and check it out. And the website again is what?
chestnutcowgirl.com.
All right. So how'd you come up with that name?
Oh, there's kind of a cool story to that one. So I started my business randomly. It was just right after I'd lost my father to cancer. And he also had a little side business. He did woodworking. And when I was a little girl, one of the first things that he ever made was a little jewelry box for me made out of chestnut wood. So the chestnut part is kind of a link to my dad, who was a very, very special man.
That's
and
a
then
great
the cowgirl
story.
part is obvious. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a great story. And
That
the cowgirl, she likes to wear boots. So do I.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's what they call a cowgirl.
You got anything
Cowgirl.
else, John?
No, it sounds very interesting. Maybe next year, before the rodeo starts, you could come on the air with us.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I'd love it. Yes, please.
Well, maybe we might even originate the show from your booth. How's that?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you want. You will always be welcome.
Good.
Well, let's see here. Adam, did you have anything to add?
No, I don't. That sounds like a lot of fun. I need to keep my wife either away from your booth and website, but sounds like it could be very profitable if she finds it.
Right, especially with the
You
stuff
send
that she
her right
sells.
over, I'll
Nice
get
stuff.
her hooked up.
I'm sure you will.
All right, Sharon, anything else?
No, but I thank you for letting me call you in. I know you're in Houston, and thank you for doing an interview.
Oh,
Well-
thank you guys so much.
Okay.
Well,
Have a great day.
let's move on to Cheryl Shine.
Have a great day.
She's the lady I call the tea lady, and she's out in Ingram. Cheryl, are you there now?
We are. Can you hear me okay?
I can. And who did you bring somebody with you?
No, actually, she had to cancel. Unfortunately, she had guests at the last moment come into town. So it's just me today.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, tell us
Yeah.
what I'd like you to tell us about. You've got a tea shop, which is unusual in Texas. And this is just any kind of tea. This is English tea, right?
Correct.
All right. So tell us the history
we do
behind
the
this.
afternoon tea.
Tell us the history,
Well-
because the kind of tea that you make is different than what the people are going to buy, let's say, at Jim's Coffee Shop or something.
Oh, Bill Miller's.
Or
Yeah.
Bill Miller's. So it's not the same kind of tea. This tea, you put a lot of love in it, and you have to use
do.
really good water, and it's got to be, what do they call it, steeped
Exactly.
at its right time. And all that. So a lot goes into this to get that flavor, right?
Exactly. And it's also about picking your brands of tea really carefully. But at the bottom line, I always tell people it comes down to flavor and taste. It's a very individual type of thing. If you love a tea, then drink that tea. And it's funny, I have British customers that come in and they love their Yorkshire Gold black tea. It's a British brand. So I stock that. I kind of have a secret stash in the back just for my British customers. But it is funny that, I have customers who have a certain tea that they just love that I've brought on maybe, each month I do a feature tea. And I have to keep some of that in my back stash. Just even yesterday, I had a gal who loves my chocolate mint tea. And so she comes in and she always whispers, "Do you have any more chocolate mint?" And luckily I had one pot, enough to make one pot.
What does the chocolate
she
mint
had
have?
that.
Booze in it?
No, unfortunately not. We don't have a liquor license.
Oh, okay.
But it's really good. It's just got that hint of chocolate in it. And so I'm trying to go ahead and source a little bit more of
I
that.
bet that's really good.
But
I'd like to try
It
that.
really is. And, for next month, for April, I'm doing a white rose tea. And
Ooh.
white tea is a very, very mild, of all the teas, it's the mildest tea flavor.
Uh-huh.
But is with the rose fragrance. And that's what you get a lot with teas is that fragrance. And
Right.
so the rose is just so delightful. And it's got a hint of that rose flavor, not enough to knock you on your seat, but just enough to kind of hit the back of your palate when you drink it. It's
To wake you up.
beautiful.
I would say these
Yeah.
teas that you make, a lot of them have subtleties, subtle flavors, right?
They
Not
do.
real
Yeah.
outrageous stuff.
Then- Exactly. Now, though, this month, my specialty with St. Patrick's Day has been an Irish black tea. And
Ooh.
that's a very bold tea.
I bet
very
that's
bold it really is. And it's an Irish brand. So I've had folks that just love it because it is a very, very bold tea. But again, I've got black teas, green teas. Next month I'm bringing in the white tea. And I would have to say that it's the fragrance teas that are the most popular. The Earl Greys, the Lady Greys, vanilla chai, very, very popular.
Well, let's talk about some of the food that you've got, because you don't just serve tea. You've got some great food, too.
Tea.
Talk about that.
Now, you came in just recently and had, I think you had the pistachio pudding with chocolate ganache.
That was a dessert, yeah.
And I had a couple of those left over yesterday, and I had to laugh at myself because I ate both of them. That was so good. And I try not to have any leftovers because I know I will indulge in those. They are so good. So this month, we always serve the 3-tiered trays during afternoon tea service. And that starts at 11:30 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we stagger 11:30, 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30. But we've got a green goddess chicken salad on a croissant with we do a sausage roll, turkey, pinwheel, just yummies on that bottom tier. And then, of course, my star is always the vanilla scone with the cream and the jam. That's a real big hit. And then our top tier is those desserts. So this month it's chocolate cake with mint frosting. One of my favorites is the croissant slice with almond cream and slivered almonds on it. That is so good. And then, of course, that pistachio pudding. So that's what we serve.
It's making me hungry.
Along with the tea. I know, it's so yummy. Well, you're going to have to come in next month, too, because we've got some great things. We're doing a strawberry mousse next month and a lemon cake. And then we'll be doing a ham and cheese puff pastry as one of our feature savory dishes. So
well,
lots
Cheryl,
of good stuff.
Tell us where you're located at, and what your phone number is, and the name of your business, and how can they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Well, we're called the Fancy Finch Tea Cottage, and we're in Ingram, Texas, so we're just west of Kerrville. And we are on Facebook, or you can go to our website. Both are the Fancy Finch Tea Cottage. And then our phone number is 830-554-9011. We do recommend reservations. Again, that's 830-554-9011. And it's really affordable for the area. Yesterday I had a gal in who actually was from California, and she was amazed that our price is $17.95 for afternoon tea, which is great. We keep it affordable.
Well, listen, we're going to have to run. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And all the things you do out there. And I'll be out to see you pretty soon, and I'll bring Sunny Bunny with me, and we'll have a little treat with you, okay?
I love it. It's always good to see you and Sunny Bunny. Okay.
We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
We want to say thank you to G&G Contracting and also East End Glass. John?
Yes, East End Glass.
For being our sponsor. What's your number over at East End Glass again?
210-333-2210.
One more time, John.
210-333-2210.
G&G Contracting is 210-601-0761. That's the main office number. And if you need anything to do with that, just call them. And you've got John's number. If you have a glass problem, John Nava and East End Glass is who you want to call. And last but not least, let's talk a little bit about this right here.
Okay. The Bluebell, the Blue Bonnet, the 42nd Annual Blue Bonnet Festival is coming up. And it's going to be April the 11th through the 13th at Burnett, Texas. You ought to go. It'd be fun.
Is there a number or a website?
Well, let's see. You can go to, you can look it up online at bluebonnetfestival.org.
Bluebonnetfestival.org.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of bluebonnets.
Well, they have April. They start on Thursday, April the 10th, April the 11th on Friday, and then they go on. That's
nice bunch of people, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Then the
Adam, you
12th
got anything else before we head out of here?
I don't. Thank you guys again for having me this afternoon.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
for
Adam.
coming
We
here.
appreciate it.
Got anything?
No, that's about it. I appreciate
And I
you.
love all the money that you bring in.
That's right. And you did it all for the kids.
Thank you. And thank our buyers for their time and money doing that.
Yeah, that's what the San Antonio Stock Exchange Rodeo is so good and so great. It's because of what we do.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Anything else?
Exactly right.
No, I do appreciate it.
Okay, folks, it looks like that's about the end of Talk About Texas for this week. We certainly appreciate you joining us. 830-426-9228 is my number. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Ron Houston saying so long.